spark ignites, it starts to burn. Through endless realms, no way to return. From crimson skies to wastelands torn. Myth and legend where stars are born. A million paths collide in the haze. Echoes of heroes lost in the maze. Flames walk in the multiverse. Through chaos and time we immerse. Legends rise and fade like sparks. Across the void we leave our marks.
They added like 3 times the amount of weaponry available in this vault. So they set it up so that the tensions would be very high. And then at the same time, there was a parallel cloning project that was going on, focused on, obviously, can you guess the name of the guy it was focused on?
Gary!
Yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. So each of the Garys was grown in a lab, and there was some kind of defect in them that made Garys immediately hostile to anybody who wasn't a clone. And
Right.
they just kept making them. So they made like 50 some odd Garys to the point where their observation rooms were overcrowded with them. So what happened was, as they go along, they dealt with escalating violence. So somewhere up in the mid 50s, one of the Garys actually injured one of the doctors. So they started talking about destroying the extra clones to make room for further tests, and they basically just obviously treated the Garys as completely disposable. So you've got like, yeah, I know, it's honestly, it's insane. Like, it's, I would say that it's kind of impossible to think about the fact that there would be scientists willing to do this, but there are people who are missing fundamental parts of their humanity.
Whispers crawl through the cracks like spiders in the dark. Secrets slither, shadows dance, they leave a bitter mark. Lies wrapped tight like silk spun thin, choke in the morning air. The truth you chase, it runs away. Hiding where you dare. In the heat of the night, where the fire burns cold, the answers you seek are stories untold, shaped by the light.
Listen. After everybody calms the fuck down.
Is anybody alive coming out of the movie theater? Or just dead people?
Just blood and body parts.
All right, well, I'm going to try to go in again. And if I go back in time, I'm going to shoot the lock a few more times and see if it works.
All right, yeah, throw me a d20.
I've got a 3.
So you go in, and this time the force is more pronounced. It's more pronounced. It flings you back around a minute later. So you can feel the whiplash. It hits your neck, it hits your back. It's like you're almost trying to go through plexiglass. And the people going in, you're in the situation, you're just coming around the front, and people are going in, the door is closing. A minute later, the whole thing happens all over again.
Can I try to run in and get in there before the door closes and just force my way through? Or am I too late?
Yeah, it's too late. So it flings you back the moment that you're coming back around.
All right,
Boom, boom, let the hollow idols fall.
members deserve much better than we know about Tilly Norwood, and we're heavily monitoring the situation. Like, you guys are unfucking believable. You know that. You're supposed to fight on behalf of us. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be representing everybody here. I realize you can't have a crystal ball and you can't think 20 steps ahead. But you're supposed to have that clairvoyancy. You're supposed to think somewhat ahead. That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole point. You're supposed to foresee of problems in the future and try to stop them. That's why you have a collective bargaining agreement. That's why you went back and forth with the studios. That's why it was one of the longest acting strikes in history.
This is the LP shop, doors are open wide, so come on inside. Find a little piece of history and come alive, turn it up, let your story spin. Every scratch, every song pulls you back in. At the LP shop, doors are open wide.
As a kid, learning to play guitar, I used to put the album on, not this album. There's a Fraley's Comet. It's called Live Plus One, and he opens with this song. And I used to learn. I would try and figure it out and play along to the album. I loved this song. And my buddy, who was a drummer, who I still keep in contact with, he learned all the drum parts on this song as well, with that drum solo in the middle.
So I'm guessing you're like a big fan of the song. Tell just let's go into it. What did you like about the song?
Well, I mean, of course, first off, it's guitar driven.
Yeah.
Vocally, Ace doesn't push any barriers.
No.
But he's got a certain execution and a way he enunciates and the way he sings that I've always been attracted to. He's not the greatest singer in the world.
No.
I don't think he ever claimed to be. But there's just something cool.
And this crew, paint on my face, just a move. We are Yu-Gi-Oh Club for life, mark it on my skin, that sign. From the campfire glow at night to the screen right in your eyes. Original stories, wild and true, you can feel them cut right through. Bring that spark straight to you, every drop, every view. Must see TV, join the tribe, cross the line. Yu-Gi-Oh Club for life. Say the word, you're inside. Must see TV, from the cave to the timeline. Yu-Gi-Oh Club for life. Raise your hand. That's the sign. That's the sign. Shouting names side by side. When the came-in calls, we rise. Hear that thunder in our cry. From the first beat, we commit. watching this. Must see TV. Join the tribe, cross the line. You're your club for life. Hey. Say the word, you're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You're your club for life. Hey. Once you're in, I'll get them for life. Call it out. Hey. I'll go, never doubt. I'll go, side by side. Hey. You get club for life. For life. For life. Hey. Must see TV. Join the tribe. Cross the line. You get club for life. Hey. Say the word. You're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You get club for life. Hey. Once you're in, you're in for life. Click on the screen, save all names and the credits roll. Same safe hands on the wheel again, same store spun out of control. Then you walk in, script in your hand, fire in your eyes, slide over, I'll drive this thing. Let's see what happens if we try. In the captain's chair, you're calling every shot from here, from the sequel to the pilot. Can you turn the ship around this year? Take the reins, take control, grab the frame, grab the roll. In the captain's chair, we'll see if you can make it there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Captain's Chair. That's right, we are continuing on our journey through season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Year of Zed. That's right, and I am not alone. I am never alone. The ever-present and vigilant Crimson is here. How's it going, my friend?
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. We already have stories coming in for the bite on Monday, which I wonder what we're talking about on Monday. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a secret. But if you spoiler, I might be going after Seg again. Just spoiler. Anyway. And if Seg is listening, I'm very sorry. Maybe not. All right, so we're continuing. Just starting off with a bang. That's right. Just like blowing everybody up today. So we're continuing on our journey of season. We're going to do growls on Monday. Just want to let everybody know that Crimson, stop me if you haven't heard this before. Facebook has another bug.
Ooh.
I know, isn't that shocking?
Yeah, I'm just astounded.
I am just flabbergasted. This has never happened. No. We're just joking. It happens all the time. Anyway, yes. So this bug is preventing views from getting shown properly. But we don't concentrate on that anyway. But it's just nice to know for some rating perspective how you guys liking the stuff. But no problem. I'm sure they'll eventually fix it. Eventually. Eventually. So we are continuing season 3, Year of Zed, and we are starting off with a bag. See episode 7, and episode 7 is called.
One moment. This can't be happening. Episode 7.
Ooh, this can't be happening. So we pick up on the tail end. We pick up where episode 6 left off. And we see the Rangers going back to the command center. And you know what, Crimson? Wouldn't it be cool if they still have their tattered suits on? I think that would be really cool, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like beat up stuff, right? You can see everybody, the eyes peeking out. The one helmet is half gone and it's half on. I think that would be really cool. So we're gonna do that. And eventually they make it back to the command center. They're eventually teleported in because at this point, the Psycho Rangers are chasing them. So they go back to the command center, and they're all injured. They're bloody. Blood's coming out of one Ranger's head. It's bad. Goldar is there, checking on Kimberly, checking on the rest of the Rangers. And before anyone can ask who are those guys, Zordon says they are inversions of you. Lord Zed must have somehow cloned you, Rangers, and made inversions of you called the Psycho Rangers. In current condition, you are no match for these Rangers. And the alarm kind of goes off, and they go in the viewing globe, and you can see Psycho Rangers leading the pack of the Zed putties. And they're heading in the command center's location. And Lord Zed turns to Goldar. Goldar, it is your job to get them safe and where they need to be. And then Zordon teleports Goldar to Goldar a blueprint or a map in this case. And Kimberly's like, wait, what will happen to you? We cannot let the Psycho Rangers and Lord Zed's forces into the command zone. And we cannot let them get their hands on the morphing grid. This is the first time the morphing grid has ever been explained. You see, the problem with the morphing grid is this thing that can do everything, right? And it's explained too complicated, right? I would like to take it back to a place where it's mysterious, okay? Because the best things are the things better left unexplained, right? Say Star Trek, where the first time the Borg appeared. Where did the Borg come from? No one knows. And it's still not explained where the Borg actually came from. And that makes them more terrifying. So let's bring it back to a place where we don't say the morphing grid can do everything. It's just we cannot let these people get their hands on the morphing grid. And Kimberly is freaking out. She has her helmet completely off at this point. It's totally shattered and crying. And Goldar picks her up and she's like screaming, no, we can see a timer on the console. Going from 20 to 1, counting down. And all the Rangers run for it. They make a run for it. And Kimberly goes, no, Zordon, I'm not going to let this happen. Don't do this, please. Don't do this. We still need you. And Zordon goes, there is no choice. Go. And Zordon gives last minute instructions to Goldar. They go, and now it's a race to the clock. We can see them going down into the room, into a private chamber. Alpha's making preparations. We can see him punching in some things on the console, and Kimber goes, "No, Zordon!" And the room clicks shut, and we can see Kimberly crying. Shut, and again, we can see Alpha punching in some kind of coordinates. Presses a button, and the room kind of shimmers as the countdown goes 3, 2, 1, and then the outside, as Psycho Rangers and Z Putties are getting closer, the command center explodes. And then the episode ends. Crimson, your thoughts?
Banger.
Yeah, it's right. Right?
I like the tattered suits. That's a cool detail.
Yeah. You know what? He's such right? And it's like making Zed a threat, right? A proper threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since episode 1, he has been beating them constantly, right? And it's just the thing we're talking about. We introduced the show with Rita Repulsa, that's good. But then we amp it up to the 9 with Lord Zed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's shown as a proper villain, right? A proper threat. Because now we don't know what happens, right? Like the command center just exploded. Like what's going to happen next, right? So that leads us to episode 8. And episode 8 is called
Back to the Past.
That's right. Back to the past. So we head what appears to the screen says 800,000 years into the past, it seems. And we see this place. We see volcanoes. We see pterodactyls kind of flying around. Caveman. But it doesn't matter, you history buffs. All right? It's so, okay, fine. Sometime in the past. Is that better for you that we don't say the number? Historians. You dinosaur people and your little feather fluffers with the, you know, Crimson, the feather fluffers? They have, they clean the, whatchamacallit, the doodads where they clean the fossils.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that. I don't know what they're called, but those little fluffer thingies. So, sometime in the past, we see a volcano, we see a road winding up into a volcano. And we could see on top of the volcano, there's a big forest, and we can see some kind of a temple. And then we see at the bottom, we see a chamber just kind of appears. And we can see villagers going back and forth and doing activities. We can see fruit being sold. I just want to, just fill out the scene, make it lived in, because I'm a writer. We could see people walking around, doing activities, and we could see a chamber just appearing out of nowhere. And then we can see the door comes open, and we can see all the Rangers and Goldar looking at a map. It says, I think this is the right point in time. Kimberly is crying still. All the Rangers are very, very sad. Well, obviously. And he says, we must act quickly to defeat. I said defeat. Defeat. God damn it, Lord Zed. Basically, is what he said. And one's the how can we defeat Lord Zed? And he goes, "You'll see. You must make this journey by yourself, though. I cannot assist you. I will watch." And Kimberly turns around, and we can see that pterodactyl kind of sitting on her head. Iconic. Pterodactyl sitting on her head. And Kimberly says, "Can you look after these little guys?" She's still crying. And he goes, "Oh no, please." And all the Rangers, he's basically a babysitter at this point. Can you imagine Goldar just like watching these little guys? It would be adorable and funny, right? That just like, the Tommy Lee Jones character, just like watching all these adorable things. He does so. He does. And they begin to walk, the Rangers, on their journey. And a mysterious thing happened. Trini looks around, she says, "Guys, I think we're in Japan in the past." And because that's important for continuity. One Ranger goes, "How do you say that?" And she goes up to one person. She starts to talk in Japanese. And the person responds in Japanese. And Billy goes, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." "Well, not really. Wait, why are we in Japan?" And Trini goes, "Guys, I think where we need to go is," she points to the road, and she points to all the way up to the volcano. So that's what this episode is going to be. It's it's going to be a trek, not Star Trek, but a trek through the mountains, right? And this is, again, what I like to do as a writer, just take a moment to breathe, right? A moment of time, right? Because a lot of shit, I don't know if you know this, guys, but a lot of stuff did happen, right? And we can't have this kind of show without this being here, without like moments of just breath. And as they go up, they talk about what happened, right? They talk about Tommy. They talk about everything that has transpired. They talk about, Jason talks about, "It's my fault. I should have known." They explore. I mean, they did explore that with their older doppelgangers, but they fought. But they never have really gotten the opportunity to express what happened and what has happened. Right? Remember, they're 15 years old. Right? So that's what I would like to have happened, and to happen, right? And they get to the top of the mountain eventually. They do manage to cross this forest, and as they cross this forest, I would like to have some Easter eggs. Okay? Maybe we have allusions to what will happen in the future, right? We have, maybe they walk by some animals. They walk by a den of a white tiger, right? And tiger cubs. Maybe, right? They watch a wolf howl at the moon. Maybe we can get them traveling at night. Maybe they see a bear. You see what I did there, Crimson? You see what I'm doing? I wonder what I'm alluding to. And then they get to the temple, and Trini says, I think I've been here before, but not, this temple wasn't here. This temple was, and they knock at the temple. And the temple, Crimson, I don't know if you know this, but a temple has an N on it, a broken Japanese N. I wonder what I'm alluding to. And the temple opens, and we see a samurai or a samurai master answering the temple door, or a priest or a monk wearing all blue and wearing the N on his person. And he says in Japanese, "Konnichiwa. I've been expecting you, Rangers." And Bill goes, What did you just say? Trini rolls her eyes. He says hello, and he's been expecting us, and he called us Rangers. And then that's where the episode ends. Crimson, thoughts?
Another another club banger.
Yeah. I mean, I like these episodes. We're gonna have to have these episodes, right? Because so much has happened, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I think it's appropriate just to have a breath, right? To have everybody exhale, right? For what's coming next. All right. So that's episode 8. And episode 9 is called
The Primal Powers.
The Primal Powers. Now, the Thunder Powers are stupid. I'm just going to say that, Crimson. They're fucking stupid. I know they had to do it because of the Sentai footage. They had no choice. They couldn't make new powers up on the fly. Okay? But we're not under that restraint, right? Let's just make new powers, right? And I know this is in between another set of powers. I do get that, right? I do get that. But I think you guys will like the primal powers. It's pretty cool. So he continues to talk, and and Billy goes, "Trini, what is he saying?" And then he just drops Japanese, goes, "Why don't I just talk in English?" They're like, they're looking back, and Kimberly's like, "Well, that would help, wouldn't it?" And he begins to say, "Rangers, I've been expecting you. I have met young Trini Kwan before, but we have not met. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lord Ninjor." All right. And he goes, "The creator of what you now call the power coins." Right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much sense. Okay, he's not like a helmet. He's not like a goofy guy. Ninja should be Japanese. He should be. He absolutely should be. Right? It makes so much sense. He's a monk. We set this up in season 1. We're paying it off here. He's the original inventor of the power coins. Okay? Not the morphing grid. Okay? The morphing grid, yes, it's important, but the power coins are important. And doing it this way solves so many questions at once. Okay? So he says we don't have much time. Come in. And we see him welcoming the Rangers in the temple. We can see allusions to different type of things. We can see the original architecture of the power coins, the Tyrannosaurus, the Pterodactyl, and the green dragon as well. All right. However, he says, but before your training continues, this team is not complete. It is unfortunate that the dragon was killed. And he says killed because that's exactly what happened. He goes, I wasn't given much time, but I managed. And he goes to a drawer and he gets a coin that has a white sheen on it. I managed to save what I could for this. And it's a white sheen silverish coin, just like their power coins, but it has a white dragon on it. This is how we fix certain things in the original show. This is how I know everybody wanted Tommy to have thunder powers. All right? But we don't have thunder powers here. We have the primal powers. Because that makes more sense. Dinosaurs. Primal. Come on, guys. It works. And Kimberly smiles, goes, yeah, but we couldn't find Tommy. He went missing. And Lord Ninja goes, I know. And he goes to one door. He opens it. And there's Tommy Oliver in white. Yay! Yes! Come on, Crimson. Yay! No?
Yeah.
You didn't like Tommy?
No, I like him.
Yeah. All right. So, this is the biggest distinction. He is not the new leader. He is not the new leader. Listen, we don't have to worry about contracts. We don't have to worry about being dicks. We don't have to worry about the other Rangers not being paid appropriately. We don't have to worry about any of that shit. In this show, Tommy is not the leader. He's not the new leader. Because why take that from Jason? Jason has clearly earned it at this point. He has learned a lot about being a leader. Crimson, you know what I mean? There's no reason to take. I think you can agree by watching the original show. If that didn't happen, there's no reason. Just because Tommy is popular, there's no. You know how you fix that, Crimson?
Mm-hmm.
Give him more stuff to do.
Yeah.
That's how you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to take that leadership away from Jason.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely no. And if you do, well, then you have to make a big arc about it, right? Because not addressing it is dumb, right? Like, people would want us to address it. So I don't see the point. You know what I mean? To take that away from Jason. I really don't. But so we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We are going to introduce Tommy again as the White Ranger, having the white primal dragon powers. That's the key. That's the goal. Okay, that's the key. The white dragon. And I think the Zord would look awesome. And can you imagine it combining with the Megazord to make some kind of gallant mode? Oh, dude, with a cape? Oh, dude! And with like a Hoplon shield and like a lance? Do you know how cool that would look? That would look so cool. I just made toys. Anyway, So we have a little reunion going on here. Kimberly especially hugs Tommy and kisses him on the cheek because remember, he's 16, she's 15. I know everybody wants that relationship to happen, and it will eventually. It's a slow burn, but not now because she is fucking 15. That is what we like to call icky. Right, Crimson?
Mm.
Right?
Yep.
Icky?
Yeah.
Icky, yeah. Yeah, just allude to it, right? There's real. I mean, Tommy's already. I mean, they're already living together at this point, essentially, before he went missing, right? So, anyway, and Ninjar says, we should get to work. So, this episode is all about them training to use the primal powers. That's how this episode is going to unfold, right? Lord Ninjar, before they train, brings them together at a point, says, now, these primal powers are not what you think. These primal powers come within, and he points to Kimberly's heart, with your raw emotions. When you go deep inside yourself, the raw primal emotions of your heart and your soul will activate these new powers. Right? So essentially, it's not a new form, right? It's I don't know. Do you know in later, the best way I can describe how these powers work is Crimson, do you know how many Power Rangers series have you watched? Have you watched In Space?
I really don't know, actually. I'm like, I think I saw like one as a kid.
In Space? Have you watched Power Rangers in Space?
Don't think so.
All right. So these new powers are a boost, not a new form, right? So when they morph, they'll still morph into the original suits, but these new powers are a boost on top of that form, right? All right, if you haven't watched In Space, the Red Ranger has a super powered form that he goes into, but he's still, it's complicated, but trust me, there are super powered forms that activate within themselves. They're not separate. You can't morph into these forms.
Yeah.
Essentially. Mm-hmm. Right? They are a separate mode. There we go. It's a mode, not a form. You know, like Saiyan into Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
And Saiyan God into Super Saiyan Blue? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. All right. So he says before we go, we have to unlock these powers. Please close your eyes and put your hands together. All 6 Rangers put their hands together as one. He talks about family. He talks about love within the family. Your bond is strong. Never let anybody tell you different. You can achieve great things together as a family. And he essentially activates all the primal forms, the primal powers within them. And then they begin to train. And as they go into, they train. So, yeah. So they train. And in real time, it's probably 4 weeks. But the episode happens, within like 40, 45 minutes. Maybe 46. Maybe we'll stretch it. And after they train, we could see them outside Ninjor's temple, and Ninjor says something privately to each one of the Rangers, and says, "You can achieve great things as a family. Good luck to you. And when you need me, and you will need me again, that is when we will see each other." And all the Rangers leave the temple, and Ninjor closes the door, and behind him, we have 6 more other coins. We can see a tiger, an ape, a bear, a wolf, a phoenix, and a white tiger. And that's how the episode ends. Crimson, thoughts?
Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I like all the Easter eggs too.
Yeah.
I think it's fun, right? This Power Rangers is a fun show. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun. I mean, let's do all that, right? Everything doesn't have to be serious all the time. I mean, what happens is definitely serious, but let's just have fun, right? Showing all that shit, right? And now everybody's like, Phoenix, what about a crane? A phoenix. Why? Because it makes more sense for Kimberly eventually. Right? It just makes more sense. The tiger, the white tiger. Listen, don't at me. The thunder powers didn't make any fucking sense. And the White Ranger having the white tiger didn't make any fucking sense. Okay? This makes more sense eventually what's going to happen here. Right? So, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me your thoughts. We will see you, Monday? Right? Yeah, Monday. The schedule should be coming out late Saturday, early Sunday morning, or late Sunday morning. I don't know. Whenever the schedule's out. I don't ask questions. All right, guys? So until we see each other again, take care, be safe, be well. I love you guys. 18,000 plus. May the Schwartz be with you, and Ag Club for life. Peace.
Fanboards buzzing, they're watching close. Can't